Hey YouTube, welcome back to the Slightly Rotten Carving channel. I am your slightly rotten host. And I'm just going to put a top coat on this thing while I'm sitting here. I figured I'd make a quick video. This thing's about done. I already put a top coat on the back here. So I just got to do the front, which will take a little while because it has plenty of nooks and crannies. Stuff like that, but so yeah, this thing is about done, and I like how it turned out. I think the person who I made it for is going to like it, and it should also function as they will, or excuse me, as they want. Probably gonna get a few coats hanging on this thing, maybe a bag, you know. And hopefully it will stay on the wall. Anyway, I actually just recorded a video, but I'm not going to put it on YouTube because I said some stuff that probably will get me kicked off of YouTube. And the stuff I said involves, I guess, the culture. I guess the culture war, whatever you want to call it. All the craziness going on in our wonderful country. And I do believe that. I do believe that I live in a wonderful country. I love this place, and I didn't used to. For a long time, I fell for that trick of hating your own country, hating yourself because of what you look like, because of what your ancestors did, and blah, blah, blah. I fell into that for a while when I was a little younger. And I'll tell you what, I'm very happy that I stopped thinking that way, because what I'm seeing now is pretty dumb and destructive. And I would be right alongside a lot of these people who just hate this place and want white people to die or whatever it is. I don't know. You know, back years ago, I'd be marching right alongside with them, and I'm ashamed of that. I really am. It's something that I regret, you know? I regret being misled and fooled by powerful people. And it saddens me. It does sadden me to see young people doing the same thing. And you know, it's all done in the name of love and compassion and blah, 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 but, you know, that is a facade. Anyway, that's what my video was about previously, and I just got too worked up. Said some things that some things that I meant, but that YouTube will not allow for, right? Because YouTube is not a platform where you can speak freely. It is a platform that only accepts certain types of speech. And if you break those rules, you're out. Sometimes even if you don't break those rules, you're out. So I've learned that just from other people. So I know. And I want to keep making videos even though no one watches them. For some reason, I kind of like doing it. But I don't know. I'm just tired of, like, I'm tired of people not being able to have a conversation about certain things because you're immediately considered a bad person if you hold certain opinions. And that is accepted in the mainstream now, you know? It's just, it's kind of oppressive. You know what I mean? It's that word that some people like to use a lot. It doesn't actually apply to them, but it does apply sometimes, you know? And I think it is oppressive to use the power of the government or massive corporations to silence your opposition. I think that's oppressive. Now, don't get me wrong, I do not feel oppressed, or I don't think I'm oppressed. I'm not. And I've also noticed that a lot of people who claim to be oppressed or mistreated are actually the people who mistreat others and are just protected by the media and by the government. I've noticed that too. And it's just ironic, you know what I mean? It's kind of funny too. That's a good aspect of all this craziness is I get to laugh at idiots. And that, I mean, that's a large part of my entertainment now is just laughing at mentally ill lunatics who demand obedience, who demand compliance, or else. You know what I mean? It's just, it's funny now. It's funny. You're clowns, right? You're a bunch of clowns. You're putting on a clown show, and some of us are highly entertained. Right? Now, along with that entertainment, though, it does. There is, you know, it is frustrating because I was a very naive person growing up, and I mean, up until only a handful of years ago, right? I did not see all of this coming, and I trusted too many people that were untrustworthy. So some lessons have been learned in the last few years. I don't really trust anyone anymore. I don't trust the expert. I don't trust anybody. Nobody. I have no reason to trust anyone right now. Right? I'm not buying anything you're selling me for my safety. Right? I don't want it. Right? I don't want your medicines. I don't want your ideas. I don't want your protections. Just stay away from me, right? That's the idea. Just stay away. Everything these radicals touch turns to trash. And that's intentional. They love turning things to trash because that's all they can do. Right? A lot of these activists, they can't actually do anything because they're pathetic losers. Right? So they have to take what someone else has made and smash it. Right? Smash the fash. Right? They're such pathetic worms. They can't actually create anything of their own. At least create something that works well, right? So that's another thing that's funny, is watching incompetent idiots fail time and time again. And I'll be surprised if anybody makes it this far on the video, huh? Ah, well, what's the difference, huh? Just talking to myself. That's it. If you're still there, though, I hope you're doing well. And, yeah. I hope you're not an activist lunatic. If you are, I probably don't like you. Just tell you that much. Not that it matters, but if you are a radical activist, I probably dislike you. Just so you know. I'm intolerant of activists. I'm intolerant of radicals, revolutionaries. I am intolerant of those types of people. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to be mean to them, right? You're still welcome, right? I will still treat you like a human being because that's how I am. Right? I'm going to treat everyone in a manner that they deserve to be treated, and initially, that's like a human being. Like I treat everyone else. But once you start pretending like you're better than other people and you understand the world better and blah, 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 you know, I just don't want that around me, basically, because you're a liar and a fraud, so. It's funny how it's a lot of supposedly educated people that are doing this, right? That are trying to change the world for the better and ruining it in the process. It's funny how that works. All of these people are supposed to be so smart, and yet all they can seem to do is ruin everything. It's funny. But hey, at least you got that piece of paper that says you're better than everybody, right? What an accomplishment. And again, if anyone's made it this far, congratulations. That's amazing. But I feel like I should share that I am a bad person. Right? I am not a good person. I don't claim to be good or smart or compassionate. I'm not a good person. Right? I'm a convict and a felon. I am a failure. That's what I am. So I'm not trying to preach about anything here. I'm just expressing how I feel on YouTube. But one thing that I've tried to do in my life as a convict and a felon and a loser and a failure is I've tried to change. I've tried to change, tried to start some things that are not representative of who I have been in the past. I'm trying to focus on something that is not degenerate, and something that will not harm others or harm myself. I've admitted to myself that I'm a loser and a failure. And I've admitted that I have to do something to change. And I may in fact fail at that, but I don't really care. So I'm not a good person, and I'm not saying any of this because I think that I am a good person. That's irrelevant. I just think there are a lot of misled adults, right? That's the thing. I look around, I don't really see many adults, to tell you the truth. I see a lot of ideologues, a lot of delusional cult members, basically. And they don't, I mean, it's people whose entire lives revolve around one thing, whether it's an idea or some sort of identity or whatever. That's what it is. Now, whether that's liberalism or a religion or something, I don't know. Conservatism, I don't know. Whatever it is. All of this insanity is the result of that. And that is a result of horrible parents. That's what I boil all of this stupid stuff down to, is just terrible parents who don't actually care about their kids. They care about their agendas, their beliefs, their successes, their image, whatever it is. They don't care about their kids. When your children who aren't even 10 are talking about politics and saying how they don't like certain people because of how they vote, stuff like that, you are a failure of a parent. And that goes in either direction. And yeah, I know I'm not allowed to have that opinion because I don't have any kids, but I'm going to have it anyway. Because I believe it's true. I believe too many people have sacrificed their children's well-being for an acceptable image, right? Or they've given that up so they don't look bad, so they don't lose friends. It's really pathetic. Right? And now their children get to share in their delusions and their gullibility. And that's really a shame. It's really a shame. Children are already confused, right? Misleading them further with your dumb ideas and your cult stuff, it ruins them. That's what it does. So, congratulations. You're terrible parents. Anyway, I think that's all I got for you today. I really like how this has turned out. And I hope you have a good day. This is your Slightly Rotten host. Take care.